Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for the second sketch for 15 days of videos. So I've got the sketch up in the upper left right hand corner, and this was the sketch that Heather picked. It's a really cool sketch, and it has a lot of mixed media on it. So what I'm gonna do is drop that block like about 40 more times, but I'm going to use faded jeans and speckled or tumbled glass, and I am going to uh, do a mixed media background. I'm using the Vicky Bouton's foundation paper, which I got at my little scrapbook store, and I am basically putting the ink on the block, and then smushing it down. It's kind of a different approach to the smushing technique. Instead of using plastic paper, I am using the stamping block. It just gives you a little bit more control over where you're putting stuff. I just find it easier for me. I really like how this is going to turn out. I think that it is replicating the mixed media in the background of that page pretty well. I do need to put quite a bit more on because my pictures I didn't cut down. So I am adding a little bit more to the background than I originally thought I would. And that's kind of how it works with mixed media, right? You end up you've got to put more on your background than you think because you're going to cover up a lot of it. So in order for it to even show up, you've got to put some down on your page in the background. So this is kind of the start of that. And now I'm going to dry it off. And I needed something to replicate the stars in the sketch. Now, I didn't have any big stars to use, so instead, I'm going to use this fabulous stencil that I got from my little scrapbook store, and I'll have a link to the store in my description. And it is an amazing stencil from Picket Fences. It's like a doily. I'm also going to use the purple spray on it. I recommend that highly. And in place of the stars, I am going to use the stencil and chip sapphire, so another shade of blue, a darker blue, and I'm going to go over the doily with the chip sapphire, and I'm going to create kind of the look of the stars there on the left hand side of the page, but with this doily stencil. So right away, I am in love. I'm in love how it looks. Now, the doily is kind of a reverse image, so you kind of go around the edge of it. I think probably it's made for card makers, but I just wanted to show you that it works perfectly on a scrapbook page. And there were three big stars on the sketch, so I'm doing three of the doilies here on my page. And to be honest, this is one of the my favorite pages I've done in a long time. And I'm not a mixed media person. I don't do a lot of mixed media, but this particular technique, I just fell in love with. So I think I'm going to be using it again, particularly that stencil a couple more times. So now I have gotten the base of the page. So now I just need to build the page. It's going to come together pretty quickly after this. Now, one of the things that really stresses me out about this mixed media pad is it always has those perforations on the top. So I try to trim those off. And now I'm just trying to figure out what to put on the background. And that is way too busy. I'm not in love with that. So now I'm looking for something that I have that's got a really nice navy blue. And I find this from the Reaching Out collection, one of my favorite blues in that collection. And it just happens to match all of the colors I've put on the background. So I'm going to use that and put that behind it. I'm also going to gut it so that I can use that blue to matte my photos. So I gut paper all the time. It's kind of the way I use mattes. However, a lot of times, if you had done this not on the foundation paper, which if you had not used the foundation paper, you might have found that the warping was a lot worse because you used the water. And you might want to go ahead and put it on a solid piece of cardstock. That's one of the things I do with my paper when I use like a water is I go ahead and mat it on another full piece of cardstock. The foundations paper you don't need to do that with as much because it's really a nice, solid, strong piece of paper. But just bear that in mind that um, you may have to mat it on a full page. So originally I wanted to do two photos. I had these two photos on here. They're very similar photos of the and I don't even remember, one of the castles in Dublin, and I wanted to have them there, but then I just also really wanted that navy card. That navy Dublin card is one of the last cut aparts that I have from a pack. Um, and so there I am deciding I'm finally just going to use the blue paper. I think. Maybe I don't use the blue paper. Oh, I'm going to get out a solid, yep, a solid navy, and just use that. But I really wanted to use that Dublin card. It's the last of a cut apart a page from some Dublin paper that I had, and it's just the right color. So instead of having two photos, I'm going to have one photo and the Dublin card. And I was okay with that because the photos were so similar. It was just kind of a cropped down version of the top of the castle. So, that worked for me. Now, there's not a lot else in this layout except, they have some journaling all around the border. Now, for me, I found that I decided to use the mat all around the page in place of having journaling. So, I'm not a big fan of journaling all around a page. I do like a messy border and that kind of stuff, but I didn't want to actually journal all around the page. So I used Flawless. It's from one of my, it's from, I believe, it was a girl collection from Photo Play or Simple Stories. Kate Nash. It was from the Kate Nash Simple Stories collection, and I just have a couple of stickers left of that. And then I am using some dark navy stickers. I think those also came in the Reaching Out, and it says Flawless Beauty, and it definitely, that castle, everything in Dublin was just beautiful. It really was. It was just a beautiful kind of event or a place to visit. So I'm just looking to see if I have any other stickers. This is my generic kind of sticker set of things that I've either finished the collections or I didn't have the full collection. And I go to this quite a bit. I just kind of dig through. I'm constantly trying to use up the old stickers. And probably about once a year, I go through that bin and I just throw things away. If I haven't used it in a year, I'm probably not going to use it. So there was a little camera. There's like a little circle. I don't know if that ends up staying. Oh, it does. I'm going to put it up there in the corner. So I'm kind of doing a diagonal to mimic that. They have a banner up there in their upper right. I'm going to do a little circle with an arrow and a heart, and then I think I'm going to add a word phrase on there. I'm going to add photo corners to the three edges, the other edges, and I really like how that turns out. So it's not a lot of embellishing, but it's a good amount, and I think the base of this page really is that background and the stenciling, and I wanted to keep that as, the focal point. So as you're looking at this page, you are looking at the focal point, which is the stenciling. And it is, like I said, one of my favorite pages. I just love all the blues. I love how it's a juxtaposition with the blue in the sky there. And now I've got an Allie Edwards kit of just different word phrases. And I was trying to find one that worked. You'll notice have these. So a lot of the pages you're seeing, I have these blue nails on. So I went and got my second vaccine shot, and I had to walk around Walgreens for like 15 minutes, and they had these cute press-on teal nails for like $5. So I bought them, and they lasted about a week. They were so much fun. So this is the final page. I am very pleased with it. Thanks for watching, and please check out the other ladies doing the 15 days in May. Bye-bye.